I thought I'd talk a bit about the Crassula ovata jade plant, also known as the money plant here in the UK. Because of the shape of the leaves, it can look a bit like coins. They're a bit rounded. It's a really popular succulent because it's quite easy to look after if you remember just a few things. It comes from South Africa, so loves lots of sunlight. It's good to put it in the sunniest windowsill you have. This one isn't quite sunny enough, so I'll be putting it outside as soon as it warms up a bit, because it doesn't like frost, obviously. It's not hardy or anything. And also it just needs to have very little watering during the winter. So every 2 to 3 weeks, give it a really good drenching. Make sure that the water runs right through the bottom, and then the rest of the time let it dry out. Otherwise you will experience leaf drop. That's one way to kill it, actually. And also another thing that might cause a leaf drop during the winter could be nitrogen deficiency. And so a really good way to top up that, to make sure it has enough nutrients, is if you're a coffee drinker, give it a cup of cold coffee every 2 months or so. That really it contains phosphorus, nitrogen, all the sort of things it needs to keep the leaves shooting and green and lush and everything. What I like to do is I take used coffee grounds and soak them in rainwater I collect from outside. And once that's soaked for about 24 hours or so, I'll use that. I'll sieve the coffee grinds out, of course, so it doesn't go straight into the plant and just clog up the soil. And then just add that maybe a bit diluted as well, just to dilute that sort of coffee water, and pour it into the plant, and it looks like it really likes it. So I think that's quite an easy way to use a bit of kitchen waste as well. And if you decide you'd like to make a few extra plants, because they're so lovely to have, it's super easy. There's so many easy ways to propagate it. What I did here is I had to snip a few branches off because it was getting a bit big and it was sitting and getting quite lanky and it was in the wrong place and everything. And once you do snip bits off, it just shoots out even more, so it bushes up a lot, which is also a handy thing. This is like a little stump here, and you can see there's little new branches coming out, new growth. And the bits I snipped off are over here. So that's created a new plant. Basically, I just took the little cuttings and put them in some regular compost. It wasn't even like special succulent compost you can get, just regular stuff. Popped it in here, didn't wait for it to root, it just rooted by itself as soon as it got into the soil. And as you can see, they're doing really well. I have to split them up soon because there's about 7 here, just all bunched up together. So I'll make it into 2 plants soon. They're doing really well. And an even easier way to do it is if you have like a little leaf that falls off, which happened over here, you can just pop it onto soil. And as you can see, it looks like the lighting isn't very good here, but you can actually see a new plant is forming at the tip of the leaf. It's a wonderful way to propagate it. It's really cute. You get little babies that way. So it's a really easy plant to make lots of little babies out of, and lovely to look after. So hope this helps.